JP Morgan is prepared to claw back millions in executive compensation in the wake of a massive trading blunder. Good morning. It's Wednesday, July 11th. I'm Sarah Murray, and you're watching the News Hub. Also today, a look at Peregrine Financial's bankruptcy filing comes after more than $200 million in customer money allegedly went missing. Also, you may feel like your taxes are going up. You might be surprised to hear that's not the case. Joining us right now, though, we have Monica Langley in Washington, D.C. Monica, thank you so much for being here. We love how you managed to get behind the scenes in these corporate boardrooms, and you've done it again. Tell us a little bit about what JP Morgan is prepared to do to the executives involved in this trading blunder.
Hi, good morning, Sarah. They are going to claw back or reclaim some of the money that these executives who are responsible for the big trading blunder within, the next few weeks. They possibly could announce it this Friday when they disclose their second quarter earnings.
And they mainly seem to be focused on taking stock back. Is that right? Is that the kind of compensation they're going to be focused on?
That's correct. It's the stock that has not yet vested, so they will claw back or take back some of that stock. It's being negotiated right now, so the amounts are not completely clear. However, it will be millions of dollars for each individual, including Ina Drew, who was in charge of the Chief Investment Office until she was forced out in May.
Now, it does seem like, you mentioned this Chief Investment Office. It seems like those are the executives they're really going after. Is this a way to kind of cauterize the wound and keep things focused to this one area?
Yes, it is. So they are also going to say on Friday how much this entire incident cost them. They are going to peg it at just over $5 billion, with possibly another billion to come. They are going to cap it at about $6 billion max. And then they're going to say that they have now looked through the rest of the company and they find the risk failures were only in the Chief Investment Office. So they're trying to put this bad incident behind them.
Now, $5 billion, of course, is nothing to sneeze at, a huge amount of money to think about. But for JP Morgan, I mean, this is a company with a lot of cash on hand. This is not going to, hurt their way of, it's going to hurt them, but it's not going to damage the company forever or anything like that. Is that right?
Exactly. In fact, on Friday, when they report second quarter earnings, they're going to still have about $3 billion in profit, even taking this hit, this $5 billion hit. So it is still a largely profitable company. However, it has tarnished the reputation of JP Morgan, as well as its very charismatic and prominent CEO, Jamie Dimon.
Oh, absolutely. And it does seem, for Jamie Dimon that this is a pretty politically savvy move. One of the big complaints after the financial crisis was a lot of people made risky bets and they weren't the ones who paid for it. And now it seems like he's saying, we're going to go after exactly the people we feel were responsible for these trades.
That's right. This clawback provision is something that first came about after Enron failed, and the Congress passed laws that would let the companies go back and get some of the money that executives made if a corporate fraud was determined. And JP Morgan a couple years ago actually went beyond it and said, well, if we find that somebody caused some other, outsized loss or harm to our reputation, we will go back at it. So now JP Morgan is actually using their own procedures to come at these individuals.
That's incredible that they put that provision in place. Essentially right before that happened. And particularly because these kind of instances, they seem pretty rare. How often is it that you go after someone's compensation like this?
It's really uncommon. I think it's been done very few times, but that's one of the things that JP Morgan is going after, and they're trying to say, we're putting this behind us, we're going to be back on track. And people, though, analysts are saying it still is a black eye, so we're going to watch to make sure that JP Morgan is still on track. But overall, Jamie Dimon has come out of this tarnished, but for the most part unscathed. No one is calling for his resignation. He's had hearings on the Hill, and he came out pretty much okay.